Canadian pride, patriotism, it's through the roof. Over the past 6 months, everybody's saying, shop Canada, buy Canadian, travel within Canada, don't be vacationing south of the border. Are people actually listening? Listen, we got some pretty interesting stats, but we're also I want to break down what it means for Canadians and Americans. And here to do this, here to help us understand some of this, we got Howard Gould, branding and marketing expert with us again. Howard, how you doing today, bud?
Randall, I'm A-OK. Very
Okay,
good.
thank you. Listen, we're going to get right into it here. Buy Canadian, don't travel south of the border. People are pretty adamant about these. You have some pretty harsh numbers that I would like you to share with us. Please listen, let us know what you got.
So this came out from Forbes magazine, and it showed, so it's U.S. statistics, that Canadians visited the U.S. dropped 33% last month compared to June 2024. So it's right up to the minute. And that's following data from StatsCan that we dropped 38% in May. So this is a constant. It's getting better for us, worse from the States. The same magazine said that Canadian visits to the U.S. or U.S. visits to Canada are down 10%, which is really devastating for us and our tourism business, but it's worse for the U.S. There was also a 22% decline in air travelers and a 33% decline in border crossings via land, which is really quite significant, especially for border towns on both sides of the border.
Okay, so I wanted to get into that number. I wanted to break it down a little bit. The first stats that you gave, the fact that people are traveling to the U.S., less often, those are pretty significant numbers. And again, you try not to bring politics into things, but obviously this is purely political, I would say. What do you think?
Very political. All we hear about all the time, and we've done another podcast on this, is tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. 51st state. We're being treated fairly poorly as Canadians, and our politicians are scrambling to buy Canadian, do Canadian, travel in Canada, camp in Canada. The fact of the matter is we have laws inside of Canada that restrict free trade inside our own country. So we have to get through all that, but this is a political hot potato, and we're living through it.
Okay, so the fact that travel to Canada is down 10%, according to the numbers, you're saying that's devastating to the Canadian economy or tourism, I should say? That's devastating
Yeah,
to.
we in the summertime have a huge amount of U.S. travel into the country
Right.
for tourism, and a 10% drop will indicate billions of dollars in losses. However, by Canadians staying here more often,
Exactly.
I think we're going to be better off in the long run. I mean, we have to button down the hatches and really withstand this, and we can do it and be successful if we stay in Canada or try to vacation in Canada, buy Canadian. We have great Canadian companies. One of the things U.S. travelers say is that, oh, we have all sorts of things that we don't have in the States. Coffee Crisp, Canadian Tire. They have Tim Hortons, but here Tim Hortons is on every corner.
That's actually interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. We did a video recently about traveling to, you traveled to the US, you spent a day there, and this video was about some tariffs that were charged to you as you were coming back into Canada. But that's one of the things that we hear as Canadians. You can go to the States because you buy all kinds of products in the States that they just don't have in Canada. And I mean, like, there's flavors of gum, there's chocolate, there's all kinds of different things that Canadians enjoy, that are only available in the U.S. I actually used to go back in the day, me being a Star Wars fan, I used to go to Target because there was a lot, as a collector, as a Star Wars memorabilia collector, I would go to Target because Star Wars used to release a lot of toys only to Target and they were never available in Canada. So I would actually go to Target and spend a few $100 on Star Wars memorabilia just to come back. So that's really, really kind of interesting that
We,
shared.
you know what, Randall, you just hit on something that tweaked my memory, but a lot of Canadian companies that went into the States failed miserably. I can think off the top of my head is when Canadian Tire tried to go expand into the States, and there was white stores, but also it works the reverse because we are a very different type of country. Canadians as a demographic, we're kind, we're friendly, we're helpful, we're polite, we're
Apparently,
multicultural, we,
apparently,
we,
yeah.
we, we're respectful.
Yes.
So it's a different market to the U.S. And when you look at U.S. companies that tried to come here, Nordstrom, Target, that's what's triggered this, they're gone because we're a different marketing animal and we're so diverse and so large as a country that it's very difficult for the American retailer to come here.
Okay, can you please just quickly, because guys like me have a very short attention span, and I only get I got 2 seconds here to figure it out. Why did Target fail? I mean, we have Walmart, we have similar stores that are doing very well. Why did Target fail in Canada? Everybody was happy. Target, we're finally getting Target stores in Canada. Next thing you know, within a few years, they were gone. And listen, I'm ignorant. I actually don't know why they failed in Canada. Please help us
Well,
explain.
a lot of things I didn't know. Now, if you recall, Target took over a lot of the real estate of Zellers,
Right.
which was owned by the Bay.
Okay.
And real estate and location become the number one item for any retailer and any retail's traffic. So there's a lot of things there. Product mix wasn't exactly the same as the States. They tried to boutique and put into their product mix roots clothing that was made for Target. It's sort of like going to Costco and buying Kirkland stuff.
Okay.
It's better there. They didn't have the right product mix for Canadians.
Interesting.
It's hard to buy sun shoes and sandals in the wintertime. And your marketing department is sitting in the States. So it's a very difficult thing to do without the
Interesting.
same numbers buying.
So Canadians are listening. Actually, you know what? I phrased that wrong. It's not that Canadians are listening. They need to be told to stay in the country. Canadians aren't stupid. They're very well aware of what's going on around, not just in North America, but around the world. And they're just choosing to stay in Canada, buy Canadian, shop local, travel within Canada. I love travel. I'm going to be in Prince Edward Island in another week. I call that my second home. And so that's great to see. And I hope that the economy reflects. I hope that Canadian businesses are going to, benefit from this. I truly, truly hope so. Thanks for sharing, Howard. I mean, any last words of advice, or what do you want to say to Canadians or even Americans who might be coming up to Canada? What do you got?
Canada is an awesome country.
Yes.
I think it's the best country in the world. And
Really
we can do all this if we believe in ourselves. Buy Canadian, stay Canadian, be in Canada, stay strong.
Stay strong. Thanks, Howard. Thanks for watching Canada Off Script. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if that's more your thing. If you find this content entertaining or helpful at all, please consider subscribing. And until the next one, stay sharp, stay safe, stay Canadian.